So given that this is a summit about vision, I'd like to start by asking you all to please close your eyes for 1 minute. Entertain me. I'm going to play something for you. So it's 1862, and a 15-year-old Thomas Alva Edison stays late at his first job as a telegraph operator and is doing the equivalent of using Snapchat for his generation. The young teenage operators stay there at night and they communicate with each other. And this was the first instance of using electricity to communicate, collapsing space, allowing us to talk and communicate. It changed the world forever. You can open your eyes now. So for me, when I was 15 years old, the equivalent of the telegraph revolution for him was artificial intelligence. And we started with things like expert systems. And we developed it over the years, and I've been very fortunate to build several businesses in the search space, operate them and exit them. And this world of AI is now converging with the world of how we all communicate. And for us at Touchcast, which is a group of over 100 people that very passionately come to work every day to imagine how we will communicate, collaborate, and learn in the future, along with some of the world's biggest companies like Accenture, Bank of America, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, we've really been inspired by Edison. We didn't always have these mediums that we use every day. We didn't always have Morse code. We didn't always have the record player. We didn't always have the film camera. Someone had to invent these mediums of communication that change the way we all conduct our lives and our businesses. And so we challenged ourselves to think, what happens when this explosion of AI collapses together with how we communicate? What is this next medium that we'll all use? We're all very familiar with the fact that video is kind of eaten up the internet. The younger you are, the more content you consume using video instead of reading. And the more time in our lives that we spend collaborating with people has become digital and also becoming video. It's 2019, and Zoom finally got WebEx to work. They've done an awesome job. I use it every day. Microsoft is trying to make Slack work in the enterprise. But the core premise of what is this medium we use to communicate hasn't changed yet. As you've been listening to these incredible presentations today, you might have noticed that people have come on this stage, set up a PowerPoint, put it on that screen, and spoke. And you might have experienced a bit of a referee of a tennis match experience as you try to move between the speaker and the slide, the speaker and the slide. And what is a slide? A slide is an artifact of print. It's like a paper artifact. We think we can do better than this. We want to put everything into one stream. Here you can see that I can replace this audience if I didn't feel it was big enough. I can have an audience that's always engaged in what I have to say. And if I'm on a Zoom call right now or collaborating with a remote audience, they're not just seeing my slides, they're actually seeing me present. I can even get you to applaud if I'm not happy with your response. So this age of AI really allows us to create new forms of communication where you're always experiencing the person on the other side. And as we do this, everything that I'm doing is actually getting transcribed as well. So we're adding more and more layers to this communication medium. I can even have it translated into a different language. So if you're speaking Spanish, you could be consuming this in Spanish. By adding all these layers of information, we've really created a new medium of communication that allows us to layer all these things together and move it around into a vector space. For those of you in the machine learning space, we're not just moving a video around, images and sound. We're embedding everything in a multi-vector space that really has meaning. So as I talk about particular things, we can do incredible things with this new medium that has all these layers of information embedded in it. We can radically change how we communicate, collaborate, and learn because we've created a medium that's AI ready. If we record this session that I'm doing, and we are recording all the sessions today, we're basically encoding it into the equivalent of a human brain so that you can do some amazing things with that information. Not just search it, but also make it do things that are pretty remarkable, like automatically summarize any talk you see today. So I can summarize this into 1 minute. if it took 5 minutes, automatically. We collect all these signals of information. Any document that I might have shared with you, anything I might have said, how quickly am I speaking, the gestures, the movements, everything is encoded into a new fundamental file format so that everything is encapsulated in the video that I'm sharing with you. And as a consequence, once we have everything in this kind of cosmos of meaning, we can do some incredible things like automatically summarize. Here you can see an example of the talk from last year, and you can see we automatically create an article out of it. And you can see as though a human has gone through and highlighted the important things. This is the deep learning neural network that is actually highlighting this for you and automatically editing a summarized version of this presentation for you. And the same can happen for anything. For those of you in the field, if you're familiar with the Rouge score, this is the score that measures how effective a summarization is. And as you can see on this chart, we've eclipsed the prior attempts by almost 50%, which is a massive leap in AI. And the reason is because we've made a machine that can actually perceive what's going on in the room, read my facial expressions, get the tone of my speech. And then once we train that neural network, it can do things that before only humans can do, which is pretty remarkable. So this AI enterprise will allow us to sit there and talk, as we're doing now, and listen to the conversation and retrieve related memories from any meeting I had before automatically as we're conducting the meeting. This is something we're doing at massive scale with some of the world's biggest companies. We're also creating experience for collaboration that start checking off things from everyone's list. This is working code you're seeing, where you can have a team time session, our collaboration product. I'm using Pitch right now, which is one of our suite of applications. In our collaboration suite in AR, you can have people around the room with you as you present. So all these things that are part of the vision of the future become the present, including these virtual meetings where you can meet as though you're in a room together. We've even checked another set of items from your list, Evan. Here you can see that we're using the camera as the keyboard and as the search engine. As I'm discussing healthcare-related issues in AI, you can see on the bottom left related videos coming up as I speak through the neural network that relate to whatever it is that I'm talking about. And on the bottom right, all of the machine learning research that was published since 2018 pops up when it's relevant to what we're discussing. So once you encode everything in a neural network like this, you can really open up the future of communication, collaboration, and learning. And we're very eager to engage with any one of you that's passionate about this mission and help us change the way the world works. Thank you so much.